Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk about finding who you really are and what that means to me and how I really found who I was, or I'm still discovering who I am every single day, or even like what that even means almost. Hopefully, this can help you guys figure out a little bit of what I'm trying to say here and stuff like that. But really, I really do think it's about like that's why I think I like living here on Earth, because it's almost like you get to figure out, and it's so beautiful, like the experience of awakening and every single day, like the in spirituality and this and just really awakening every single day a little bit more, and just gradually awakening into this beautiful blossoming experience. It's pretty incredible, and it's almost like at a perspective of how you look at it. And I think sometimes people are like, oh, I wish I could just have everything I want right now. But sometimes it is not very beautiful to have everything at once. I mean, you see people that have billions of dollars and all this and everything they need already, and it's like they just kind of, I don't know, it's almost more fun to just discover things every single day, being on an adventure and not knowing what's going to happen, and really just trying to make your way through life and stuff like that, and really just finding out who you are and stuff. But yeah, now that I was able to experience who I am, or a part of my own energy, and like the energy that I came to Earth with, it was such a relief and so amazing that like everything else just kind of wasted away once I was able to find the energy of who I really was, the expansiveness. And I still can't even comprehend who I really am truly, and I'm okay with that. And really, who we are as beings is so much more expansive than we ever could even comprehend. So, but really, even knowing that is a big relief too. Like, wow, I'm not just this little person in this body with this brain and this consciousness. I'm much more expansive, much bigger than that. And knowing that and experiencing that in meditations and experiencing the love and the light of who I am, that was so amazing to me, because that's one of the reasons why I love to live my life every single day. I love the feeling of it, and I love the joy and the happiness that it brings me. And being able to experience who I am, and then being able to say, I love myself, I love that energy that I am, I love my higher self, I love who I am here in this body, right at this moment. That was such an amazing experience for me, because when I was growing up in a world where everyone does not, most people do not believe that, and that's okay, and that's part of the earthly experience. But in growing up with lots of self-hatred and this and that, coming into this type of like experience has been just amazing for me, and been so easy for me to be able to like do things in my life. Like, I don't feel like I'm up in my head as much anymore. I'm more in the present moment and more in the heart center. And that's also a big thing that I like talking about, is just being in the heart, being truly in the heart, and truly experiencing from the heart, and experiencing every moment from the heart. And the peace, I think, is very important, because our brains are going to tell us the different things. They're going to tell us this or that, or the future. Are you really going to be able to do this in the future? Have you done that in the past? Well, guess what? Once I figured out how to get in the heart, that was such an amazing, like, it's such a relief to me, because like when I was growing up, even as a kid, I was like, I thought I couldn't change things. I didn't like who I was, and I thought I couldn't like make a difference in the world. I thought that all hope was lost, I almost feel like. And I knew deep down that I was something special and that I loved myself. Deep down, I knew I loved myself. But uncovering all that, getting through all that, that is really what like it led me down just an amazing path, just to getting rid of all that like self-hatred. It really helped open me up to seeing the world in a different way. And I really thank Source and everything for this experience, because it's been incredible, and I believe everyone can experience this amazing experience, and everyone is experiencing it. Sometimes you just don't realize it, especially like in the moment. Sometimes you're just like, my life's not very good right now. But guess what? Does become much more gratifying when you can move out of that space, or move into a better feeling space. It's really awesome. And especially as a young person, seeing my friends around me not being very happy and using the drugs and the alcohol, and I use that as well as a coping mechanism, because I mean, we grow up in a society that's very kind of control based, and our parents try to control the way that we are and this and that. They're not really allowing a lot of people to really truly be who they are. I mean, it's pretty hard to be who you are in this society when there's not that many people that are that transparent, or have a transparent heart, or motives and agendas and things like that. But that's why once you do start to find who you are, all the other stuff starts to kind of melt away. I feel like it doesn't really matter what your parents think, or this or that, or what your kind of job you're supposed to get, or how you're supposed to do this or do that. It's all, the timelines become like unlimited. And like it's just incredible. Like when I was in a space of just after high school, and I was, looking for a job, and or this, and maybe go to school, I was like really depressed about it, thinking about the future all the time. I was like, oh my God, there's only one path. I have to go this. I have to go to college and this. And then once I awakened to all these energies around me, all this stuff around me, and I was like, wow, the world's so much more expansive than I ever thought it was. It was almost like all the timelines, all the things that I could do expanded into unlimited timelines, unlimited things, ways I could express myself, express my light, express who I was, and I actually started to like who I was, and I started to attract more of that into my life. I think that's really awesome. And one big part of it, I think, that's really helped me recently in the past 6 months or so, is really starting to love myself more. And I think that just being able to love myself more than anyone else loves me, like loving myself to the point, like, it's unconditionally. And I think when you moved into a state of that, it's not in a narcissistic way or anything like that. It's just being loving for the sake of loving yourself and loving who you are. And I think that's so important. Like that really helped me so much. Just blossom into something that I never thought I would could be, or something that I always wanted to be. It's like I never conceived of being like this or that before. I didn't love myself, but now I feel like I do more and more so every single day, and I think that's awesome. But yeah, that's most of what I wanted to talk about today. And just yeah, and I was talking about young people, and and young people, it's really hard in the beginning. I feel like in this, because they're more advanced, I think, than their parents a lot of the times, and their parents are trying to do this and do that, and they're just trying to get through life, try to cope with life, because it's kind of dense, and they're not taught the ways that different kinds of ways that they can help and discover themselves, and self-realization, self-discovery. And that's really important. I think that a lot of people are missing in our society is, oh yeah, just go to college. I'm not saying college is bad, but do this or get a job, do that, and then you'll be set. No. You're not teaching them like the main part of life is like discovering yourself, self-discovery, self-realization, self-love is like the cherry on top, that the main focus, that it's really helped me the most. But yeah, realizing that I was so much more like than just this little kid, just and embracing that little kid in me, and just all that just kind of wasted away, all the hatred and everything. It just only took me it takes time, I'd say, but once you start and make the decision that I want to start loving myself, then the wheel starts spinning in the right direction. And like your guides and everyone's gonna help you on the other side to help you love yourself, help you begin to love yourself, and help you to become who you've always wanted to, or who you really are, and discover yourself. And I think all of it really comes from the heart, and it's really cool. It's all about getting out of the head and getting into the heart. But yeah, thanks for coming on and tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now.